Hello there YouTube, and welcome along to another episode of Steve's coronavirus update. Now, there is a reason why there is two of Steve's coronavirus updates in 1 week. I don't ever think I have ever done a Steve's coronavirus update 2 times in 1 week. So anyway, I'm going to talk to you as to why I'm doing this, because there is a bit that I kind of left out in my last Steve's coronavirus update, which I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about. And there is also another thing that I wanted to share with you guys in today's episode as well. So the bit that I left out in last week's, in the last episode of Steve's coronavirus update was what will happen to my YouTube channel SteveOfficial if the UK does enter a second national lockdown. Okay, now cast your minds back to March this year, March 2020. Obviously I did do these coronavirus updates for you guys. Obviously I kind of started the series off as a sort of a news style type coronavirus update thing, and then it kind of went into a more here's my opinions on what's happened. And since then, to be honest, it's just been me giving my opinions on what's been said over the last week in terms of the coronavirus, and obviously how the government have handled the coronavirus pandemic as well. So, obviously there's been that. There's also been movie reviews that I've also done for my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, and there's also been gaming videos that I've also done for my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. And I've also been doing Let's Talk videos as well. And there are various episodes of those Let's Talk series available to you guys to watch anytime you like on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial as well. So that's what happened in the first lockdown on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Now, if the UK at any point whatsoever does enter a second national lockdown, which I don't think is likely to happen, because the government have even said this themselves, that obviously they don't want to implement a second national lockdown. But if a second national lockdown was to occur here in the UK, this is kind of what you can expect to happen to my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, if it was to happen. So, the weekly vlogs, I'm going to start with that. Obviously, before the first lockdown was announced, I was vlogging right up to lockdown. I was weekly vlogging right up to lockdown. And then after that, it stopped. The reason why the weekly vlogs stopped during the first lockdown was obviously because we weren't really allowed to go out. I was only allowed to technically go to work, come home, take Buddy for a little walk, and then sit indoors all day, you know. And it's the same for everyone else. They were really being told to stay at home, save lives, protect the NHS, you know. So if a second national lockdown was to be implemented in the UK, the first thing that I'm gonna sadly say is the weekly vlogs would have to come to an immediate halt. That means that I will stop filming. I will release the weekly vlog how it is, you know, regardless of whether I finish filming it halfway through a week, you know, before that lockdown is announced. Obviously I will then halt filming, stop filming a weekly vlog, and then I will give it to you guys the following Monday from that week, and then obviously the weekly vlogs would have to come to an end. And obviously the weekly vlogs would have to end until lockdown ends. So if that means that we're going to face another 12-week lockdown, then that means the weekly vlogs would have to end, unfortunately, for 12 weeks. You know, and then gradually, you know, like last time, when the UK is gradually coming out of lockdown, things are starting to open up again. Obviously, I will bring back the weekly vlogs, but again, they will be known as lockdown weekly vlogs for probably, again, another 8 to 9 weeks, okay? Just while we go through the lockdown easing transition period, okay? So in terms of, you know, certain things are being unlocked as time goes on. So that's the first thing I want to address. The second thing I want to address is obviously if a second national lockdown was to hit the UK, the coronavirus updates would come back. And they would be back on a weekly basis. At the minute, I can't see any reason as to why I'm going to need to bring back the coronavirus updates on a full-time basis at the moment. But if further restrictions are put in place, if further announcements are made, then of course I will then bring back Steve's coronavirus updates for YouTube, and we will start series 2 of Steve's coronavirus updates, which is something I don't really want, and I don't think you guys really want either. But of course I'm doing this just to keep you guys informed as to everything that's being announced, and of course I will give you, as always, my opinions on those announcements and what I think of that. So that's the other thing. The third thing I want to say is if a UK national lockdown was to happen again, then the movie reviews would come back as well. There are plenty of movies for me to choose from. There are plenty of movies for me to review for YouTube. So I will alternatively also bring back movie reviews for my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Gaming videos, again, is another thing that I could bring back to my YouTube channel, you know. So there could be a couple of gaming videos that you may see during the second national lockdown, if that was to occur. And then the other thing that would also be coming back is my Let's Talk series. Now, of course, you are going to see episodes of Steve's Let's Talk every now and then on my YouTube channel. You have already, at the time of recording this week, seen the PS5 showcase event. You've seen an episode of that, hopefully. If not, please go and check it out. But obviously there will be various things that I could potentially talk about on YouTube, which, you know, I could sit in front of the camera for 10-15 minutes and talk about. So that is another thing that would come back on a full-time basis on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Now, obviously, all this other content really is content that I will provide in a second national lockdown while the weekly vlogs are not going to happen, okay? So if you ever think that I'm going to end my weekly vlogs and not give you guys content to watch during a second lockdown, of course I will. I will do my best to make some of that content as entertaining as possible, and of course we will go forward from there. So that is everything that you could expect to see on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, if a second lockdown was to occur. Now, I just want to tell you something. Earlier this week, there's an Instagram page called Simple Politics, which basically they really simplify some of the politics down to very basic stuff, and it's really helpful for me because it kind of makes me understand things a lot clearer. So Simple Politics earlier this week did a testing update, and they posted the daily amount of cases of COVID which were positive from Monday to Wednesday this week. So I'm going to start with Monday. On Monday there was 3,345 positive COVID-19 tests. On Tuesday there was a rise of 4,926 COVID cases which came back positive. And finally, on Wednesday, it's gone up even more. So the cases on Wednesday was 6,178 daily COVID positive cases in the UK. Now, to me, looking at that looks horrifying, you know, because that second wave is starting to hit the UK in a dramatic way. So, before I end this video, again, like I did in my last coronavirus update video, I'm going to put it out there. Please, 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 for your benefits and for other people's benefits, when you go to work, when you come home from work, or when you come home from shopping, wash your hands. If you've been to the toilet, wash your hands. If just before you're about to make something to eat, or just after you've finished eating, wash your hands. If you're out socialising with your friends, please wear a face mask. If you're out shopping, wear a face mask. If you're on public transport, wear a face mask. And remember, 2 meters if you and the other person are not wearing a face mask. 1 meter plus if you and that other person are wearing a face mask. So, as the government have advised, just remember 3 things. Wash hands, cover face, make space. Okay? That is my plea to you YouTube subscribers out there. It is vitally important that we get the cases back down again, and that we do get COVID under control. That is everything that I've got to say in today's coronavirus update. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button down below, and if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button down below as well. Do join me in my next YouTube video when I will be playing Super Mario 3D All-Stars Collection on Nintendo Switch. But from me though, it's goodbye, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video.